All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. Tonight was a very difficult game to navigate and to get through, and I give a lot of credit to the boys of being able to work through a game in which we struggled. We struggled a lot, um, but found a way to pull it out at the end. We we were not very patient at the plate. We went up and we I think we were a little nervous and wanting to maybe try to do a little too much. Um, and that really caused a lot of issues for what we were trying to do offensively and defensively. Um, and we talked about that and we I talked to him a few times during the game that we have to be able to know our process. And that's the way that we have to be able to play, and we'll live with the outcome if the process is good. Tonight we were a little off on the process, so I got on him a few times about that to talk about, hey, we have to do a better job of knowing what our process is. We actually, tonight, interestingly, we had zero hits. They had zero hits. They had one error, or we committed one error on their fly ball hit to center field. But other than that, so they no hit us, we no hit them. And it's a very weird game. But that's the way this one happened. I mean, we went four batters in the first inning, three batters in the second, three batters in the third, and then that fourth inning is where we really buckled down. And I said, do not help a pitcher that struggles to find the strike zone. And we hit batsman, two walks, we got one strikeout for an out, but then he walked the next person. So after out of five batters, four reached base. And that's credit to the boys for being able to not help a struggling pitcher. That's what we have taught. And I said there are times that is, we're really going to have to rely on that. Tonight was that night, was one of those nights. We really, really had to rely on that. And so the other thing that I really want to point out is our battery of batteries, pitcher and catchers, the pitcher and the catcher. Our battery did a really, really good job tonight. We did not have a lot of pass balls. Our catcher kept the ball in front almost the whole game. I think we had four, maybe five pass balls, and they weren't really able to run on those. We did have a throw out. I think we had a throw out at second base. The runner touched second base, then went off of second base, and the umpire called an interference call. That I went out and tried to challenge it to stick up for our players. So I think we should have had one there, and that would have allowed us to not throw as many pitches in that inning and get out of that inning a little bit earlier. But we worked through those things. We have to work through those. We had four base on balls today and one hit batsman, and that was it. We had five runners, and that was the story of the game. We had a walk to lead off the game, a really, really good walk um, to start the game with two steals. And then we just kind of got in that weird groove of not working counts and wanting to um, wanting to swing a lot and wanting to swing early. We did have some calls that did not go our way that forced us into swinging at some pitches we probably would not have wanted to. But that's the way it goes. And so the takeaway from this is, even though we did not play our best today, we came out with the win and we're advancing. We have a game we play tomorrow. And so we're one of four teams left that are playing in the league. And that's a really big accomplishment. It doesn't matter how we got there. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't always have to be pretty to 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 be a good win. It doesn't always have to be a perfect win to be a win, and we can work through that and we can teach some lessons from that. So I'm excited to see how we're going to react tomorrow. I think we're going to bounce back tomorrow. I think we're going to play really, really well. I think we're going to be ready to bat, and we'll see what happens. We have a time for a question if anybody's got one. Yeah, there were a number of times that I went out and tried to talk to the players or get some clarification on a few things. And those are just you're gonna have that. And part of the reason that I feel it's important to do things like that is and maybe at this age the boys don't fully realize it yet, but I'm asking questions sometimes to get clarification, other times to get clarification, and also to show our players that I care. I care about what's happening. I care, about what's happening in the game and calls that we're getting our direction or we're not getting our direction. And that's something that hopefully, especially as they get a little older, they'll kind of recognize that when their coaches are questioning things and they're trying to stick up for them. They're trying to kind of take up for them and show them they're on their side because that's a really important thing to do. For the rest of we have another game that's guaranteed tomorrow. Um, if we don't win that one, we're done. We're on to our end of the year party. If we win that one, then we'll have a practice on Sunday and we'll have our last game on Monday. And so, we'll see what happens again. Um, I am really focused. The coaches are really focused on the um what's the process, what's the approach. That's what we want to see. That's what I want to see. Those are the things that we can teach. When you have games where a pitcher's just doing really, really well, it makes it a little bit harder. When you have games like tonight where I feel like we helped out a lot, um, then that's also things that we can talk about. So a good learning opportunity, a good learning experience, and we'll see how we react tomorrow. I think we'll have a very positive reaction tomorrow, regardless of the outcome. So thanks a lot, everybody.